Hey, this is Rick Kaselj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I'm going to go through the #1 hip pain exercise. And I'll get Andrea to demonstrate it, and then I'll end up going through the detailed parts of the exercise. Perfect. So that's what ends up being the #1 hip pain exercise to do. It ends up being single leg standing. So oftentimes with hip pain, the cause ends up being too much tension around the hip, or secondly, weakness in that hip area. And single leg standing helps when it comes to the strengthening that hip area. So Andrea is standing on one leg, so flat on that foot, slight bend in the knee, and we're looking at keeping the hips square and holding that position. That ends up being level 1. So she's holding that for 10 seconds, 5 repetitions on each side. Then she can end up progressing that to 10 seconds or even to 30 seconds. And we're looking at improving that strength and stability in the hip. And oftentimes with people with hip pain, one side tends to be worse than the other when it comes to the strength and stability. Now you can progress this exercise and make it more challenging by adding a squat. So we do like a single leg squat. So if Andrea having her hand on the wall, because to start off with, we want to make sure we end up having perfect technique. So with the hand on the wall, that eliminates balance so that she can just focus on getting that technique perfect, and then we can work towards moving that hand away from the wall. Good. So flat foot, bending in the knee, bringing the seat back, good. So working the knee, but we're really trying to work on that hip and the stability in the hip, and we're working on keeping that pelvis square. Start off with 5 repetitions, smooth controlled movement, and you can progress to 10. So 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and then you can progress to 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Now the third progression when it comes to this exercise ends up being single leg hip drop. So it ends up being a progression of the single leg squat. So so what you're going to do, you're going to squat down, good, and then you come back up. So you're going to bend, so when you squat down, you're going to bring the seat back a little, your torso is more good, dropping, good, and then coming back up, good, 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 dropping the torso, good, and then coming back up, so good. So with this one, now what you're doing is you're going with that single leg squat movement. I'm bending at the knee, and then I'm going to drop the hip. So the drop in the left hip. So I'm working the right side, I'm going to drop that left hip. And so with this one, it ends up challenging those hip stabilizers a lot more by dropping that other side's, that hip of the other side. Same thing, 5 repetitions on each side, smooth controlled movement, and then you can end up progressing to 10. So give that exercise a go. I mean, as I called it, the #1 hip pain exercise for you to do. Now, if you enjoyed this exercise, then what I have for you is a free report, a new free report that'll end up helping you when it comes to overcoming your hip pain. It ends up being called 5 Tricks that End Up Fighting Hip Pain and Tightness. In order to get that report, just click right here. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you're watching this video on a tablet or a mobile device, just head down below into the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like. If you have another question for me when it comes to this video, or another question when it relates to pain and injury, leave it down below in the comment section. And before you leave, make sure to subscribe to my channel in order to get future pain relieving videos.